Yo everybody, what's going on? This is Keegan from Kman Reviews. If you enjoy this review, make sure you hit that like and a subscribe button. And if you have any opinions at all that you would like to share, make sure to leave them down in the comment section. Josh Ramsay and Chad Kroeger, Lady Mine. Josh Ramsay is a Canadian singer, songwriter, frontman for the incredibly talented band Mariana's Trench. I've had the pleasure of covering so much of their material on my channel thanks to a bunch of amazing requests like Astoria, Masterpiece Theater, and even the debut album Fix Me, all of which will be linked in the corner if you want to go check those reviews out. However, I don't think anyone expected word of this to come out. Not just this song specifically, but really the announcement of Josh's debut solo album, set for release sometime early 2022, which y'all know damn well I'm going to be on that so quickly. As it stands though, we have the lead-off single to that album, Lady Mine, featuring Chad Kroeger of Nickelback. Let's just dive right in. What are my thoughts on Lady Mine? Let's find out as I review it. So let's start by breaking down this instrumental, and I'm sure that most of you probably have already guessed by now, purely by Chad Kroeger's name, that this is a hard rock song. But frankly, there's a lot more than just that. Sure, the foundation is pretty standard, but not before getting subjugated by an amazing intro. A soul-looming guitar riff being built upon by some encroaching percussion, letting this melody run rampant across the beat, all while being assisted by some shattering stabs of brass. It's pretty anthemic, almost like if Michael Bublé decided to do a rock song. I also just want to say that this guitar riff isn't anything special. I swear I've heard it on several pop rock songs before. It's a very meat and potatoes riff, but damn, that kind of repetition just brings a good amount of energy and gives a steady beat to headbang to. I also really like the breaks in the verses to let the vocalist shine isolated from the beat. Those breakdowns are very satisfying and don't hinder the progression of the song at all. Speaking of the vocalists, let's get to them. Starting with Josh himself, who I was originally nervous after hearing this beat first. Josh hadn't really sang over anything like this before. Sure, he's done more aggressive punk rock on the first two Mariana's Trench albums, but not this kind of vivacious stadium rock stuff, so I was a bit unsure how he'd perform. But thankfully, I think he did really well. His hollering has a grittiness to it that fits well with the more standard rock beat, and when he gets into his more melodic and harmonized vocals, the instrumental fittingly eases up into a comfortable mold for him to fit in. To no one's surprise, Chad Kroeger does a good job. He's got the natural roughness to fit this beat, but I think to everyone's surprise, they blend together very well. Like, these two have an unprecedented amount of chemistry, so much so that in the second verse and onwards, they transfer lines back and forth from each other, and it actually gets to a point where it gets difficult to tell them apart. Like, it's so impressive how well they play off each other. But of course, I would also be a fake fan if I didn't mention this incredible solo. It is such a fiery addition to the song, and it is an amazing way to transition into the final chorus and subsequent outro with a quick, smooth, bass-led vibe and a firework of brass to end the song. Lyrically, it's kind of just a track about this woman being an addiction, a lot of wordplay with drinking in particular, and how they just need the right amount every day to be satisfied, but of course, there is your typical Nickelback-isms laced throughout it. But overall, safe to say, I am very excited for Josh's solo debut album, and Lady Mine is a very enticing lead-off single. However, I'm like 99% sure we can't judge the sound and our expectations of this album purely on the single alone. In a statement and plenty of interviews by Josh, he clearly says that he's been working on writing songs in as many styles and genres as possible, and this upcoming album is going to be extremely eclectic and diverse, which could lead to one of two things. One, this album is going to be all over the place, incohesive, and very scattershot. Or two, this album is going to be a testament to Josh Ramsay's skill and ability as a musician, a songwriter, and a performer. And I'd say, going off the quality of Lady Mine, I'm leaning towards expecting the latter. I'm feeling a 9 out of 10 on this track. Well guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.